What is up, Black Ice Guild? It's your Guild Master Trixie Lavender. Today we are doing Battle 1 of Week 5. The Diamond Dust Foxes, led by Ender. Battles, Sheer Force Pyroars, led by Valkyrie.
My thoughts going into the fight against Valkyrie. Valkyrie is a tough opponent. She has yet to lose a full match. She has lost a single fight, but ended up winning. So I've got a lot riding if I actually want to beat her. Looking at my strategy going in, I have two different teams I have made, and I've yet to decide which one I'm going to. I've got the same team I've used every single week so far, which is Heliolisk, Sceptile, Mawile, Farigiraf, Sinestcha, and Sylveon. But then I've also made a secondary team that I might choose. I'm really hesitant on it, but if I do go with it, I'm swapping out Heliolisk for Vileplume, which I have built to use Sleep Powder and Toxic in order to try and kind of play a little bit of status games with her team. Because looking at what she has, it might be one of my best ways to actually have a solid chance of beating her. But once it's used, you kind of lift the bag off, and your opponent knows what you're going to do. We shall see what I end up going out with, but at the end of the day, good. Um, I wish her the best, and may the best opponent win.
Valkyrie's pre-battle thoughts were, my plan is to use Mamoswine with Ice Shard and Earthquake to take care of the Diamond Dust Megas, and use Sharpedo as supporting Pokemon to clean up any other threats. In the back, I'm bringing Whimsicott and Annihilate in case it comes to that, so I can outspeed anything that comes up with several coverage moves from Annihilate. Before we begin, if you would like to participate in future events, be sure to join our Discord server. Link is in the description. Now let's jump into the battle. Hey, and Valkyrie is using Mamoswine, Whimsicott, Gardevoir, Pangoro, Sharpedo, and Annihilate. Ender is using Sinistcha, uh, Sceptile, Vileplume, Mawile, Farigiraf, and Sylveon. Very interesting to see the Vileplume over Heliolisk. Um, or in general, Vileplume does offer some utility, but only in the sun. So it's going to be very interesting to see what it can do. And then I'm not sure if I can't even think of what else Valkyrie has brought. If there has been anything else. Vileplume and Mawile, and Mamoswine and Sharpedo. Right, and Intimidate onto Sharpedo, and the Intimidate is blocked by Mamoswine's Oblivious because Mamoswine just, wants to hang out with friends and eat tacos. Right, Mega Mawile, which means we are not seeing Mega Sharpedo. I don't even remember if she drafted Mega Sharpedo or if it was regular. Protect from Sharpedo and from Mamoswine. I'm going to scout out what Ender is going to do. Sleep Powder from Vileplume, but of course it is blocked with Protect. Iron Head from Mawile, but also blocked. And Sharpedo gets the speed boost, so it is now the fastest thing on the field. And now we are going to see the Mega Sharpedo Very fast, very strong, very frail. Close combat onto the Mawile. Not doing that much. Icicle Crash onto the Vileplume, and that will be a one-hit KO. Valkyrie does not need to worry about Sleep Powder. Ironhead onto the Mamoswine, taking it out. It's now 3-on-3 with both Megas doing fine. Well, not that fine. Torpedo is at -1 attack. But +1 speed. And now Annihilate and Sinistra. Sinistra using its hospitality to heal Mawile up to 99%. French from Sharpedo, but with that lowered attack, it is not going to be a KO. It does get the defense drop, which is definitely good. And the Citrus Berry from on Sinistra, Fire Punch onto Mawile, burning it, but that burn is still not enough to save the Sharpedo from a play rough. Sinistra going for the Trick Room, a strategy Ender said that they do not like. So it's definitely interesting to see that used, actually being used instead of just to counter Trick Room. And Mawile coming out, it is currently 3-2 in Ender's favor. Encore from the Whimsicott, so Sinistra is just going to keep using Trick Room. Play Rough from Mawile going to drop Annihilate down to 18%. Earthquake not quite going to do enough. And Sinistra bringing the Twisted Dimensions back to normal. And Mawile getting knocked out from the burn. Definitely a nice twist of things from Valkyrie. Regaining the momentum. And with Sinistra locked into Trick Room, I think the best thing Ender can do is protect Sylveon, and then when Sylveon is the fastest thing on the field, or the fastest thing under Trick Room, to use the Hyper Voice. But what we could see in that case, what we don't see is I don't know what I'm saying. The Moonblast from Whimsicott and Fire Punch onto Sinistra, knocking it out, not allowing the strategy I just said to come out. And Hyper Voice from Sylveon taking out Annihilate, but now it is just Sylveon and Whimsicott. Whimsicott is faster, but that Moonblast did not do that much, whereas Hyper Voice did, and Hyper Voice is going to do more damage now that there is only a single target. Moonblast from Whimsicott. Maybe we can get the special attack drop? No, we're going to see the Mystical Fire, and that is going to not take out the Whimsicott, but that is going to drop the special attack. So I don't think Whimsicott can take out the Sylveon in one hit, but it really just shows how bulky this Whimsicott is. Moonblast once again, dropping it down to 50%, but the Mystical Fire is going to take out the Whimsicott, giving Ender the win on game 1. Okay, game 2, definitely interesting to see Ender going for the Trick Room. And giving Valkyrie her second game loss. But of course, that does not mean Valkyrie is going to take the match loss. So we will see if she can keep up her winning streak or if she will take her first match loss. Farigiraf and Mawile and Annihilate and Mamoswine intimidate, boosting Annihilate's attack, and Oblivious preventing the attack drop. Definitely interesting to see here. We're going to see the Mega Mawile. Mamoswine going for Protect, which could be dangerous because we could see a Trick Room, but Annihilate going for the Earthquake, doing quite a bit to Mawile and a decent chunk to Farigiraf. Farigiraf going for a Light Screen, not the Trick Room. I think the Trick Room probably would have been better, but that is not what he went for. Iron Head onto Mamoswine, but Mamoswine is protecting. Fire Punch going to not care about the Reflect and take out the Mawile. Icicle Crash coming on to the Farigiraf. Not quite enough to KO, but does bring it down to 22% thanks to the Reflect. Psychic onto Annihilate, bringing it down to 19%. Not quite enough to KO, but it's a really good chunk. Sinistra going to heal Farigiraf up a bit, close to 50%. Now, what we could see here is no, we don't see the Birth Break. We see the close combat onto Farigiraf. Going to take out the Giraffe and Icicle Crash onto the Sinistra. Is the Reflect going to save it? Yes, it is. 38%. Do quite a bit of damage there. Citrus Berry healing it back up to 63, but it flinches, and that could be enough to call it game. Because the Matcha Gotcha would have been very useful right there, but it did not happen, and we see Sylveon as Ender's last Pokemon. Annihilate going for the Rage Fist onto the Sinistra, going to be enough to take it out. And Icicle Crash onto the Sylveon, but it misses. And Mystical Fire onto the Mamoswine, dropping its special attack, but doesn't really matter. And now it is 2v1 with both of Valkyrie's Pokemon being faster. I don't think Sylveon is going to be enough on its own. The Rage Fist bringing it down to 43%, and the Icicle Crash isn't going to be enough. No, it is not! The Sylveon survives with 4%. It's the second clinch, and the Reflect wears off. That's definitely game. Who is going to actually take the KO, though? It is going to be Mamoswine with the Ice Shard, finishing off the Sylveon. And that is game 2, which means we are finally going to see a game 3. Game 3, very exciting, as the only other player to make it to a game 3 was Joker, who did get it on Valkyrie, and I don't remember who the second person was. It could have been Ender, I don't remember. But definitely exciting to see that. And it is anyone's game, as we saw. But Valkyrie has shown a great ability to adapt. So we'll see who creates the momentum and can keep it going. Vileplume and Mawile, Annihilate and Mamoswine. So once again, not just blocking the Intimidate, but also benefiting from it, which was definitely a huge help in the second game. And we'll see what happens this time. This time we're not going to see Reflect, but we could see a Sleep Powder. Mega Mawile. Mawile going for Protect. Not going to take a Fire Punch. And the Icicle Crash onto the Vileplume, taking it out in one hit. And it looks like game 2, Valkyrie is going to have the momentum, and we will see if Ender can counter that. Sylveon, with its Hyper Voice and Mystical Fire, will that be strong enough? Protect from Mamoswine does not want to take an Iron Head or a Mystical Fire. Annihilate going for the Earthquake, doing a good chunk to Sylveon and bringing Mawile down to 29%. Hyper Voice protected by Mamoswine and bringing Annihilate to 25, and then Iron Head hitting Mamoswine's Protect. So what we could see here is Annihilate Protect and Mamoswine go for the Earthquake. And honestly, I think Ender would need to see that, and he does, going for the Sucker Punch on Annihilate. Icicle Crash onto Sylveon, which will be enough to take it out. And now it is 3-on-2. And it looks like Valkyrie's having a hard time choosing her Pokemon. and she chooses the Sharpedo, and Sinistcha being Ender's last Pokemon, which heals Mawile up a bit. So what we can definitely see coming here is the Sharpedo is going to aim for a speed boost, so it's going to use Protect, which leaves Mamoswine open for an Earthquake, or even a Icicle Crash onto the Sinistcha. And instead we see the Mamoswine going for Protect, Mawile also going Protect, and not the Sharpedo, who Mega Evolved. I'm not sure how I missed that. Crunch onto Sinistcha with a critical hit. I'm not sure that mattered with Strong Jaw. Going to take that out in one hit. And now it is just Mawile against a Mamoswine, a Sharpedo, and something else. Sharpedo going for Protect, with Mamoswine going for the Earthquake. Will that be enough? It is, and that is Game 3 set match. Valkyrie losing to Game 1, but overall winning this match for her 5th win.
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to stay up to date on events. Join the Discord server if you want to participate in future events or just chat with the guild. Okay, bye!